There's been a lot of talk about what another Trump presidency would mean for Europe.
President Trump was president from 2017 to 2021. We had a very good relationship with him. You could attribute it to clever diplomacy.
There's been a lot of talk about what another Trump presidency would mean for Europe. I would like to ask you, what do you think it would mean for India, also with a view to America's China policy?
President Trump was president from 2017 to 2021. We had a very good relationship with him. He came here on a visit. My Prime Minister went there on some visits. There were, like any relationships, there were issues. But overall, if I look in those 4 years, did our relationship deepen? Did it grow? Absolutely, it did. So I'm not, it's not just, President Trump. I think if you look at India, US, from perhaps Clinton, with every presidency, the relationship has actually deepened. Now, you could attribute it to structural advantages. You could attribute it to clever diplomacy. I'm modest about it, but the fact is, it has grown, and I have every confidence that it will continue to do so.
Actually, if countries could come out unscathed, both under the Obama presidency and the Trump presidency, and were able to do well during the last 3 years as well, that would be deft diplomacy. So I think Indian diplomacy deserves a round of applause, and the Indian foreign minister deserves a round of applause as well for having done well in the last years.
On what would life be like if he did the UK FTA, I would say if the FTA is done, if there is a balanced mutual, they get the terms right, which they would, because, they won't do an FTA if they didn't get the terms right. I suspect, both countries will stand enormously to benefit, because today, how do different economic production and consumption centers deal with each other is actually a very major point, and to the extent we can facilitate it, and certainly FTA is one way of facilitating it, connectivity is another way of facilitating it, digital flows is a third way of facilitating it. So the reason why we are engaged in this exercise is precisely because both of us see a lot coming out positively from that FTA.